I'm staring at a glowing screen at 3 o'clock and scrolling through the us that's turned to her and him. I see you at a party in a dress I've never seen, a digital ghost living behind the glass and the green. I typed out I still love you, then I hit the backspace key, because delivered doesn't mean you're coming home to me. We're just two blue bubbles floating in a void, a masterpiece of history that we silently destroy. It's a monorail, it's a high-speed heart attack, where we block the only person that we wanna bring back. We're following the wreckage, we're liking all the pain, searching for a signal through the static and the rain. No letters in the mailbox, just a silence in the feed, giving up the only thing I'll ever really need. It's a cold plastic lonely, it's a temporary glance, living in the shadow of a modern romance. I saw your active status and I felt my stomach drop, waiting for the typing dots to start and then to stop. You're 1,000 miles away, but you're right here in my hand, a desert made of data where I thought we had a land. I remember when a heartbreak didn't have a view count sign. Now I'm watching you move on in a jagged online line. I'm archiving the summer, I'm deleting every June, in a room that's lit by nothing but a lithium moon. There's no closure in a unfriend, there's no mercy in a mute, just a hollow kind of poison at the center of the fruit. I'm refreshing every second, hoping for a change, but the closer that I look, the more you're looking strange. We're just pixels on a canvas, we're just data in a cloud, being lonely in a way that isn't even allowed. It's a modern romance, a high-speed heart attack, where we block the only person that we wanna bring back. We're following the wreckage, we're liking all the pain, searching for a signal through the static and the rain. No letters in the mailbox, just a silence in the feed, giving up the only thing I'll ever really need. It's a cold plastic lonely, it's a temporary glance, living in the shadow of a modern romance. Swipe left, swipe right, delete. I'm just a profile that you'll never meet. Disconnecting 1%. Gone. Sound of phone locking with a sharp click. I'm sitting at the table where we used to drink our tea, right into the person that I used to be. Dear me from a year ago, I'm sorry for the news, but there's a heavy kind of silence in these empty shoes. I'm looking at your smile in the frame upon the wall, before you knew the gravity, before you felt the fall. I'm trying to be gentle, I'm trying to be kind, but I'm leaving all the pieces of our life behind. It's a letter to self, written in the dark, trying to find a way to light it down. this letter to self. Do you remember how it felt when he first touched your hand? Like everything was solid, like you finally had a plan. Well, I have to tell you, honey, that the plan was made of glass. And I'm watching all the splinters as the seasons slowly pass. I wish I could warn you, I wish I could scream to wake you from the middle of that neon-colored dream. But the ink is already dry and the envelope is sealed, and the wound is still too open to ever be healed. Don't look for him in the driveway, don't look for him at night. Don't wait for the shadow to step into the light. The girl you see in the mirror isn't who you're gonna be once the fire burns out and there's nothing left to see. You're gonna be a stranger, you're gonna be a ghost in the house where the memories hurt the absolute most. It's a letter to self, written in the dark, trying to find a way to light a dying spark. I'm telling her to breathe, I'm telling her to run, because the war is over and nobody really won. It's a dear me, I'm sorry that your heart had to break, for every single promise that he didn't mean to make. Just ink on a page, just a hand on a shelf, reading through the lines of this letter to self. P.S. you'll survive, P.S. you're still alive, even if it feels like you're buried in the clay, even if you can't find words to say. Fold the paper up, put it in the drawer. You aren't that girl anymore. The sound of the drawer sliding shut and a heavy sigh. I'm pacing back and forth across the kitchen floor, like the rhythm of a person who's been here before. Every step is a tug, every breath is a weight. I'm moving through the wreckage of a love turned to fate. You said we were a spark, you said we were a light, but now I'm just a body spinning through the night. The clock on the wall is a hammer in my head, beating out the rhythm of the things we never said. And I got a kinetic heart, but it's got nowhere to go. Just a heavy thumping engine in a world that's moving slow. I'm running from the memory, I'm vibrating with pain, like a ghost that's trapped inside a runaway train. The more I try to stop, the faster I ignite, burning through the oxygen in the middle of the night. It's the energy of almost, it's the motion of the part of living with the battery of a broken kinetic heart. I'm scrubbing at the counters till my knuckles turn to red, trying to work the spirit of you out of my head. If I keep my hands busy, if I keep my feet fast, maybe I can outrun the shadow of the past. But the friction is a fire and the fire is a scar. I'm driving down the highway but I don't have a car. I'm a pendulum swinging in a dark empty room, calculating the distance between the boom and the gloom. Physics says that energy can never truly die, so tell me where the love goes. for the final break and the pulse won't stop, the beat won't drop. Kinetic, besetting, still beat, beat, beating. I'm sitting in the silence of the house we used to share. The ceiling fan is spinning, cutting circles through the air. But everything is shifting, the floor is leaning in, and I'm desperate for a place where the healing can begin. I found a stack of photos on the table by the bed, of every I love you and every word we ever said. The wind is picking up now, it's howling through the hall, trying to take the memories and scatter them all. So I'm using my heart as a paperweight, trying to hold down the pieces of us. It's heavy and it's hollow and it's gray like the dust, but if I let it go, then the wind takes the rest, and I'll be left with a vacuum inside of my chest. Yeah, I'll make it to the floor by this lead heavy ache, holding down the dreams that you chose to forsake. I'm just a paperweight. Your ghost is like a breeze that's trying to flip the page to a chapter where I'm older and I finally act my age. But I'm pressing down hard on the corners of the years, wetting down the edges with the fountain of these tears. If I move just an inch, then the history will fly like 1,000 white birds in a dark and stormy sky. I'm terrified of empty, I'm terrified of light, so I keep the burden heavy and I keep the burden tight. They tell me, let the wind blow, let the papers hit the street, let the memory of his shadow be a bitter kind of sweet. But if the table's empty, then I'm empty too, and I'm not ready for a world that isn't colored by you. So I'll stay here like a stone, I'll stay here like a rock, while the ghosts and the memories continue to mock. I'm using my heart as a paperweight, trying to hold down the pieces of us. It's heavy and it's hollow and it's gray like the dust, but if I let it go, then the wind takes the rest, and I'll be left with a vacuum inside of my chest. Yeah, is black and brittle, where our summer used to be. A landscape scorched to ashes, just as far as I can see. I'm standing in the clearing where we built our little home, but the timbers turned to charcoal in this heavy silent zone. I thought that when you left me, nothing else would ever grow, that the frost would keep the secrets of the things we didn't know. But I looked down at the wreckage, at the gray and dusty floor, and I saw a flash of purple pushing through the cellar door. It's the fireweed blooming in the ruins of our love, with a heavy sky of iron hanging lonely up above. It only grows in places that have felt the burn and sting, a bright and bitter beauty that the aftermath can't bring. My heart is still a furnace, and my eyes are full of smoke, staring at the promises that finally went and broke. But the fireweed is rising through the gravel and the red, the only thing that's living in the garden of the dead. It's a tall and jagged flower, it's a stubborn kind of pink. It doesn't ask for permission, and it doesn't stop to think. It thrives upon the damage, it feeds upon the heat, like the way I keep on breathing, even through this cold defeat. I touch the velvet petals, and I feel the ghost of us, before the gold and silver turn to bitterness and rust. You're the match that lit the forest, you're the lightning in the dark, and I'm the empty clearing waiting for a different spark. They say the time is healing, but it's just a slow motion burn, another page of history that I'm being forced to turn. I'm covered in the soot, and I'm shaking in the wind, remembering the person that I was before we sinned. But the roots are digging deeper in the charred and broken clay, finding strength in everything you threw and walked away. It's the fireweed blooming in the ruins of our love, with a heavy sky of iron hanging lonely up above. It only grows in places that have felt the burn and sting, a bright and bitter I'm standing in the kitchen, staring at the floor, tracing out the shadow where you stood beside the door. The glass you left is sitting there, half full upon the wood. I'd pour it out and move along, I know I really should. But the air is getting thicker, and the walls are closing in, and I'm wearing every memory like a second layer of skin. I thought that we were solid, I thought we were the shore, but the tide is coming in, and I can't feel the ground no more, and I'm drowning in the salt water, stinging in my eyes, from the ocean of the I love yous and the river of the lies. It's in the bed, it's in the bread, it's in the very air, a heavy, pretty hollow that is follows me everywhere. I'm gasping for a breath of us, but the current is too strong, and I'm pulled into the deep where I don't belong. It's the taste of the goodbye, it's the weight of the pain, washing out the fire with the salt water rain. I went down to the harbor just to watch the ships go by, but every white-capped wave looks like a tear falling from the sky. I found your old blue sweater at the bottom of the bin. It still smells like the summer before the cold set in. Now my lungs are getting heavy, and my heart is made of lead. I'm choking on the bitter things that we never should have said. You're 1,000 miles of ocean, you're a horizon I can't reach, and I'm just a piece of driftwood rotting on a lonely beach. They say that salt can heal a wound, they say it cleans the soul, but it's burning through the center, and it's digging out a hole. I'm shaking and I'm shivering, I'm freezing in the heat, with the sound of crashing memories beneath my tired feet. The anchor's been cut loose, and the compass is all wrong. I've been out at sea without you for way too damn long, and I'm drowning in the salt water, stinging in my eyes, from the ocean of views and the river of the lies. It's in the bed, it's in the bread, it's in the very air, a heavy, pretty hollow that follows me everywhere. I'm gasping for a breath of us, but the current is too strong, and I'm pulled into the deep where I don't belong. It's the taste of the goodbye, it's the weight of the pain, washing out the fire with the salt water rain. Slow's coming in, the floor is wet, I'm not finished hurting yet, just a pinch of salt in a world of blue. I'm drowning in the middle of the ghost of you. Sound of water submerging the music until it fades to silence. lamp is flickering, running out of time. While I'm searching for a reason in a rhythm and a rhyme. The bed is far too wide, the sheets are freezing cold. So I'm spilling out the secrets that I never should have told. I dipped my pen in the shadows that gather on the floor, and I'm writing down the things I can't tell you anymore. The paper's getting wrinkled where the salt hits the page. I'm a bird without a sky, trapped inside a paper cage. And it's midnight ink on a heart-shaped scar, writing letters to a ghost, wishing on a falling star. The words are coming out heavy, the words are coming out black, a roadmap of the memories that are never coming back. I'm bleeding on the stationery, pouring out the pain, trying to wash the us away with a dark and ink-filled rain. It's a letter to the silence, it's a message to the wind, for the love that ended before it could begin. I wrote about the kitchen and the way you used to dance. I wrote about the moment that we lost our only chance. The ink is staining my fingers, it's under every nail, like the mark of every promise that was destined just to fail. I'm tracing out your profile in a messy, jagged line, trying to find the human in the mess of the divine. But the more I write your name, the more it disappears, drowning in the inkwell of 1,000 wasted years. The bottle's almost empty, and the sun is turning gray. I'm running out of things that I'm allowed to say. Should I burn the stack of pages? Should I throw them in the sea? Or keep them as a witness to the death of you and me? The pen is getting heavy, my hand is starting to shake. This is the only sound that a broken heart can make. It's midnight ink on a heart-shaped scar, writing letters to a ghost, wishing on a falling star. The words are coming out heavy, the words are coming out black, a roadmap of the memories that are never coming back. I'm bleeding on the stationery, pouring out the pain, trying to wash the us away with a dark and ink-filled rain. It's a letter to the silence, some message to the wind, for the love that ended before it could begin. Midnight, the ink is dry, and I've run out of ways to ask you why. Just a smudge on the paper, just a stain on the soul. Midnight ink is the only thing I hold. lamp is flickering, running out of time, while I'm searching for a reason in a rhythm and a rhyme. The bed is far too wide, the sheets are freezing cold, so I'm spilling out the secrets that I never should have told. I dip my pen in the shadows that gather on the floor, and I'm writing down the things I can't tell you anymore. The paper's getting wrinkled where the sun hits the page. I'm a bird without a sky, trapped inside a paper cage. And it's midnight ink on a heart-shaped scar, writing letters to a ghost, wishing on a falling star. The words are coming out heavy, the words are coming out black. A road map of the memories that are never coming back. I'm bleeding on the stationery, pouring out the pain, trying to wash the us away with a darkening filled rain. It's a letter to the silence, it's a message to the wind, for the love that ended before it could begin. I wrote about the kitchen and the way we used to dance. I wrote about the moment that we lost our only chance. The ink is staining my fingers, it's under every nail, like the mark of every promise that was destined just to fail. I'm tracing out your profile in a messy jagged line, trying to find the human in the mess of the divine. But the more I write your name, the more it disappears, drowning in the ink of 1,000 wasted years. The bottle's almost empty, and the sun is turning gray. I'm running out of things that I'm allowed to say. Should I burn the stack of pages? Should I throw them in the sea? Or keep them as a witness to the death of you and me? The pen is getting heavy, my hand is starting to shake. This is the only sound that a broken heart can make. It's midnight ink on a heart-shaped scar, writing letters to a ghost, wishing on a falling star. The words are coming out heavy, the words are coming out black. A road map of the memories that are never coming back. I'm bleeding on the stationery, pouring out the pain, trying to wash the us away with the darkening filled rain. It's a letter to the silence, it's a message to the wind, for the love that ended before it could begin. Midnight ink is dry, and I've run out of ways to ask you why. Just a smudge on the paper, just a stain on the soul. Midnight ink is the only thing I hold. The sound of a pen dropping on a wooden floor. Standing on the back porch, watching the world turn gray, before the sun has found the strength to start another day. The grass is weeping diamonds, clinging to the blades, while I'm still haunted by the way our forever fades. I reached for your side of the bed, but the sheets were crisp and cold, just a hollow space where a story used to be told. Now I'm out here in the quiet, where the air is thin and sweet, with the darkness of the morning soaking through my feet. And I'm fading like the morning dew under a rising sun, disappearing slowly now that you and I are done. I was a heavy mist, I was a silver light, but I'm evaporating in the wake of a final fight. You're the heat that's coming, you're the brightness in the sky, and I'm just the moisture waiting for the world to go dry. Clear as a crystal, but fragile as a breath. Loving you was life, but losing you is a quiet kind of death. The fog is lifting off the creek, the birds begin to wake, but I'm still counting every single promise that you'd break. If I could stay in the shadow, if I could stay in the dark, maybe I wouldn't have to feel this cold and lonely spark. But the light is getting stronger, and I'm starting to grow thin. I can't find the place where I end and where you begin. I'm a smudge upon the window, I'm a tear upon the leaf, a temporary witness to a permanent kind of grief. It was beautiful at midnight, it was sparkly in the gloam, when we thought that any place we stood could be a home. But the dawn is a reminder that some things aren't meant to stay. They just glitter for a second before they're burned away. I'm shrinking, I'm sinking to the thirsty ground, waiting for the silence to be the only sound. And I'm fading like the morning dew under a rising sun, disappearing slowly now that you and I are done. I was a heavy mist, I was a silver light, but I'm evaporating in the wake of a final fight. You're the heat that's coming, you're the brightness in the sky, and I'm just the moisture waiting for the world to go dry. Clear as a crystal, but fragile as a breath. Loving you was life, but losing you is a quiet kind of death. Gone with the light. No more silver, no more night, just a damn spot on the wall, where a whole world once stood, wanting to, missing you.
The music thins out into a single high violin note that fades into nothing.
sitting in the silence of the house we used to share. The ceiling fan is spinning, cutting circles through the air. But everything is shifting, the floor is leaning in, and I'm desperate for a place where the healing can begin. I found a stack of photos on the table by the bed, of every I love you and every word we ever said. The wind is picking up now, it's howling through the hall, trying to take the memories and scatter them all. So I'm using my heart as a paperweight, trying to hold down the pieces of us. It's heavy and it's hollow, and it's gray like the dust. But if I let it go, then the wind takes the rest, and I'll be left with a vacuum inside of my chest. Yeah, I'll make it to the floor, but it's lead heavy ache, holding down the dreams that you chose to forsake. I'm just a paperweight. Your ghost is like a breeze that's trying to flip the page to a chapter where I'm older and I finally act my age. But I'm pressing down hard on the corners of the years, wetting down the edges with a fountain of these tears. If I move just an inch, then the history will fly like 1,000 white birds in a dark and stormy sky. I'm terrified of empty, I'm terrified of light, so I keep the burden heavy and I keep the burden tight. They tell me, let the wind blow, let the papers hit the street, let the memory of his shadow be a bitter kind of sweet. But if the table's empty, then I'm empty too, and I'm not ready for a world that isn't colored by you. So I'll stay here like a stone, I'll stay here like a rock, while the ghosts and the memories continue to mock. I'm using my heart as a paperweight, trying to hold down the pieces of us. It's heavy and it's hollow, and it's gray like the dust. But if I let it go, then the wind takes the rest, and I'll be left with a vacuum inside of my chest. Yeah, I'm anchored to the floor by this lead heavy ache, holding down the dreams that you chose to forsake. I'm just a paperweight. Don't let the wind blow, don't let the pages turn. I'm not ready for the lesson I'm supposed to learn. Just a heavy heart on a thin piece of paper, watching the rest of my life turn to vapor.